Well, here we go. We're flipping the calendar once again from March into April. Remember, March came in like a lion, and unfortunately, April is going to do the same thing as winter hangs around, and a chance of snow is in the forecast. Very hard to believe. The weather makers at play for the reason why we're still seeing the cold in our neighborhood is the Greenland Block. That's the mover and the shaker for the cold air. That shifts that polar low, buckles back and forth, forcing the cold air, unfortunately, to come south for us. A great example of this is the seasonal divide. If you think back to February, these numbers, by the way, were taken on March 28th. It was a lot warmer in February compared to this month. Remember, we had some days that were near 80 degrees. We've only had 2 days above 60 degrees so far in the month of March. It's just very hard to believe that. We're kind of flipping seasons in a more in-depth look. Once again, these numbers are from March 28th of the March Mayhem, March Madness, monthly temp, at least so far, according to March 28th, was 38.4 degrees. That is 4.5 degrees below average. 22 days in the month and counting for the month of March were below average. Very cold or chilly out there. And that is not going to change. Winter hangs tough here through the first week of April. You can see the cold taking over the entire northern tier and northeast. All the warm air is out west towards California, Las Vegas. They can't just send it our way. We wish they would. Futurecast, though, unfortunately, here for us in the long range, shows that, well, we got a good weekend out there with temps near 60, but boom, the bottom falls out. And yes, that's snow on the board as we get towards your Monday. And still cold after that going into Tuesday before we warm it up again. We'll have intermittent warm spurts and then followed up by more cold. And speaking of snow in April, it's not uncommon, but it is a little rare. We could end up in the top 5 if we do see some snow that's above an inch as we get in to the first week of April. And speaking of snow so far this year, it is a below average year, but the average last date of flakes, by the way, in Baltimore, April 3rd, the latest inch plus snow on record, April 12th. So it can happen, and it looks like winter just not letting go just yet. Spring may have to wait a little bit longer to get into the area.